think we do in marriage? Out of 24 hours, let's say that you can have sex for 1 hour in 24 hours, and you said it is impossible when you're not an animal. You understand me? So like you can have sex. Hey friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel and I'm glad to be here again. So if you are new on this channel, my name is Ithie and here I talk about faith, lifestyle, everything godly and interesting. And if I'm an active subscriber, you know that I love you and thank you for coming back to watch my video every time. So today I'm going to be talking about something similar to my last video. And yes, thanks to everybody who watched that video. It was more than expected. I got comment that I couldn't, like, people could not put on YouTube. Like, people came to me to give me a comment and I'm like, okay, thank you very much for the comments. To the new subscriber, you're welcome home. Thank you for joining the family. So today I'm going to be talking about something similar, like I said earlier, and that is about celibacy. Yes, you know that sex, celibacy, and all of that as something that go all together. And so talking about how to control your sexual urge and my last video brought me to this about talking about celibacy. Okay, yes, now if I control my sexual urge, why am I taming the urge? Why am I controlling it? Why can't I just express it as I feel at the moment? That is what I'm going to kind of talk about in today's video. Now, what does celibacy mean? Celibacy means a act of withdrawing or a act of stopping yourself to involve in sexual activity. Now, probably you might have involved in it before and you want to stop it, or you've never even involved yourself in it. Now, it's the same thing. You are trying to be celibate from that activity. Now, today I'm going to be talking about the easiest way for you to be celibate. Now, what's the easiest way apart from all the ways we know? Now, the easiest way to be celibate is when you understand that all the benefit of celibacy is for your good. Like, trust me, Pastor Kislo Okonkwo always say that everything in the Bible is for our own benefit, not for God. God is perfect, so you are the one working towards perfection. So everything in the Bible, if you can just follow it as possible and as much as you can, trust me, you are going to enjoy the benefit. And that is how celibacy is. Once you understand that celibacy is for your own good, once you understand that every benefit of celibacy is for your own enjoyment later on, trust me, it will be easier for you to stay away from sex. Now, if you involved yourself in sex before, trust me, no problem. It's a normal thing. Like most people, okay, like people do involve in it, but now you want to be celibate, or if you have never involved yourself in it, very good. You are welcome. Like it's fine. It's okay. So now, what are the benefits of being celibate? I know you will have heard of stories of, okay, I slept with this lady, I slept with this guy, and since then my business has been down, my life has been down, all of that. Now, you are going to save yourself from such story, because now, in God's eyes, what is marriage? The real thing that is marriage is not going to the altar or wearing a shebi, it's not extending vows, it's sex, because that is how the Bible defines marriage for us, if you can follow through. Now, once you come together with somebody, not under the legal mark that you are now married, you understand? Now you're already married to the person. Once you have sex with somebody, just let me tell you the truth. In God's eyes, you're married to the person. Now imagine married to 3, 4, 5 numerous people. Now imagine the spirit you are exchanging, because it's a spiritual thing. It is more than just the physical and the emotional feeling that is attached to it. Sex is more of a spiritual thing. Now imagine the number of spirits you're already carrying when you're already married to more than one people, or for circumstances more than 2 people. You understand? Just imagine what the number of spirit that you are carrying in you. I'm sure you don't want to experience that kind of thing. You don't want to experience the kind of story that after I stayed with this girl, after I stayed with this guy, now my life is this, my life is that. Another benefit of another benefit of celibacy is that you save yourself of unnecessary problem, like unwanted pregnancy, like STDs, like HIV, like unwanted problems. You will save yourself from it. Trust me, these things are easier said than done. Yes, because everybody now these days, we are even in the season where code is everywhere. Konji, all of that. Like I always say, Konji is a bastard. He doesn't care who you are. So it's always very hard, like it's kind of hard. But once you put at the back of your mind that this is the benefit of me staying away from this thing until I am married, then it should be easier for you. Like I said earlier, when you understand that all the benefit of celibacy is for your own good, it will be easier for you to stay away from the sex. Even people that are married, so many people sometimes, because of life and work and all of that, they don't really have time for the so-called sex self. Pastor Kingsley Okonkwo always say that What do you think we do in marriage? Out of 24 hours, let's say that you can have sex for 1 hour in 24 hours, and you said it is impossible when you're not when you're not an animal. You understand me? So like you can have sex for, let's say, at least in a day, 40 minutes. Now what are the other things you do in marriage? You talk. So instead of you putting your mind in, oh, sex, why don't you work on your mental health? Like, why don't you work on your mentality, on your mindset? Why don't you gain knowledge about this thing that are called sex? So many people just know that, okay, sex is when you sleep. You don't even know the things that are involved in it, like biologically. Let's not even talk about spiritually. So why don't you use that time to learn about what sex is? Why don't you use that time to think about how you want it to be, the kind of thing that you want, kind of styles, the idea you have about it. Why don't you use that time to think about it? So I just wanted to, like, my summary of this video is the easiest way to be celibate is when you understand that all the benefits of being celibate is for your own good and not for anybody. Trust me, it will be very easy for you to be celibate and to abstain from this activity until you are married. If not, it will be much difficult for you. And I'm sure you want to avoid unnecessary stories, both spiritual and physical. So you want to live your life. Trust me, when you are married, you have the whole time to do all the styles and all your sex escapade. You understand? But for now that you are not married, just stick to not wanting it in the wrong way. And I hope with this point of mine, I've been able to convince you that celibacy is much for your own good and not for even the person you want to keep yourself for. Because when the person is not around, when you're married, you'll be able to have self-control. It's not until you not go, it's not because your husband or your wife is not at home, you go and meet gatesman or gates or cook, you understand? So it's still for your good, for your own good at the later end. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share for someone to be blessed. Comment. I would love to read your comments. I read some comments last. It was interesting. So don't forget to comment and most importantly, subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.